the insurance. Part 1. Preliminary. Definition in the Act, unless there is anything preposition in the subject or context. On actually means an actually as defined in class A of subsection 2 of the actually Act 2060, Academy by Insurance Act 2015. Authority means the Insurance Regulator and Development Authority of India established under subsection of Section 3 of the Insurance Regulator and Development Authority Act 1999, Academy by Insurance Act 2015. 2. Policyholder includes person to whom the wills of the interest of the policy holder in the policy is assigned once and for all, but does not include an against thrift whose interest in the policy is disability or is for the time being subject to any condition. 3. Approved securities means 1. Government securities and other securities seized of the revenue of the central government or of the government of a state, or granted full as grants, principal and interest by the central government or the government of any state. 2. Debentures or other securities for money used under the authority of any control act or act of a state legislatory by or on behalf of a part trust or municipal corporation or city improvement trust in any precedent town. 3. Share of corporation established by law and granted full by the central government or the government of a state as to the repayment of the principal and the payment of the dividend. 4. Securities used or granted full as grants, principal and interest by the government of any part B, state and specialist as approved securities for the purpose of this act by the central government by notification in the official gazette. And 4. Auditor means a person qualified under the Corrected Accounts Act 1949, 30 for 1949 to act as an audition of companies for a banking company, and company shall have the meanings especially assigned in them in class C and D of subsection 1 of section 5 of the Banking Companies Act 1949, 10 of 1949. 5. Rectified in relation to any copy of translation of a document required by the franchised by or on half of any insurance of or provided society as a defined in part 3 means characterized by a principal officer of issues insurance or provident society to be a true copy or correct translation as the easy may be. 5A omitted academic by Insurance Act 2015. 5B controller of insurance means the offers appointed by the central government under action to be to exercise all the power discuss the functions and performs the duties of the authority under the act or the life. Insurance Corporation Act 1956 3 or 1956 or the General Insurance Business Nationalization Act 1972 public 57 or 1972 or the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999. 6. Correct means the principal civil court of original jurisdiction on districts and includes the High Court in exercise of its ordering original civil jurisdiction. 6A 6. Fire insurance business means the business of effection otherwise than incidentally to some other class of insurance. Business control of insurance against loss by or incidentally to fair or other occurrence. Customarily include among the risks insured against in the fire insurance policy. 6B General insurance business means fire, marine or miscellaneous insurance business, whether correct or signal or in combination with one or more of them. 6C Healthy insurance business means the erection of contract which provide for sexual benefits or medical, surgical or hospital expense benefits, whether in patent or out patent, travel cover and personal accident cover according by Insurance Act 2015. 7. Government securities means a government security different in the Public Debit Act 1944 oblique 18 of 1944. 7A Indian insurance company means any insurance being a company which is limited by shared and academy by Insurance Act 2015. A which is formed and registered under the Companies Act 2030 as a public company or is government into such company within 1 year of the amendment of the insurance law. Academy by Insurance Act 2015. B. In which the aggregated holding of acquired share by foreign investor, including perfectly investorally, do not extend servant. For part center of the part of equity capital of such Indian insurance company and the foreign investment in which shall be subject to such condition and manner as may be possibly Act by Insurance Company 2021 C, whose sole purpose is to carry off life insurance business or general insurance business or the insurance business or LD insurance business. Acted by Insurance 2015. Explanation for the purpose of the class. The experience foreign company shall have the meanings assigned to it under class 23A of section 2 of the Income Tax Act 1961. 8. Omitted. Acted by Insurance Act 2015. 80A. Insurance Cooperative Society means any insured-bearing cooperative society which is registered on or after the amendment of the Insurance Academy Act 2002 as a cooperative society under the Cooperative Society Act 1912 2 of 1920 or under any other law for the time being in force in any state relation to cooperative society or under the Multi-State Cooperative Society Act 1944 of the 551 or 1984. B. Having a minimum paid up capital or repairs on 100 crores in cash of life insurance business, general insurance business and health insurance business, Act by Insurance 2015, in which no body corporated, whether incorporated or not, formed or registered outside Indian either by stripe of through it subsidiary or minimize at any time holder more than 26% of the capital of such corporation society, whose sole purpose is to carry on life insurance business or general insurance business or health insurance business, accompanied by Insurance 2015 in India. Insure means an Indian insurance company accompanied by Insurance Act 2015. B. A authority statutory body established by an act of Parliament to carry on insurance business or accompanied by Insurance Act 2015. C. An insurance cooperative society or accompanied by Insurance 2015. D. Foreign company engaged in a re-insurance business through a branch established in India. Explanation for the purpose of the sub-class, the experience foreign company shall means company or body established or incorporated under a law of any country outside Indian and inside Lloyd, established under the Lloyd Act 1871 or any of members, acted by Insurance 2015. 10. Insurance against means an insurance against who agrees to receive payment by way of complaints or other remains in consideration of this solution or purposing insurance business, including business resolution to the continuous revenue or reviewable or property of insurance. 10 investment company means company whose principal business is the occupation of share stock debentures or their society. Intermediary or insurance intermediary shall have the meanings assigned to it in class of subsection 2 of the Insurance Regulation and Development Authority Act 1999. Life insurance business means the business of fiction control of insurance. Upon harm, life, including any contract where the payment of money is assured on death or the happening of any. Academy Insurance 2015. Academy 15. Marrying insurance business means the business of affection corporate of insurance. Upon vessel of any deficiency including carriage for guest and other interest which may be largely insured in or in relation to such vessel carriage and for guest goods where memorials and property of whoever disposition insured or any trust by land or water or boat and whether or not including or house risks or similar risks in addition or as incident to such trust and includes any other risks customarily including among the risks insured against in marine insurance policy. Miscellaneous insurance business means is the business of affection contract of insurance which is not principal or whole of any kinds include in class. Purposed means purposed by rules made under this act and omitted. Act by Insurance 2015. Private company and public company have the meanings especially extended to the in class and class 72 of section 2 of the Company Act 2030. Act by Insurance Act 2015. Resolution means the resolution framed by in the Insurance Resolution and Development Authority of India established under the Insurance Resolution and Development Authority Act 199. Act by Insurance 2015. Reinsurance means the insurance of part of insurance risk by other insurance who act the risks of mutually payment accounted by Insurance 2015. Securities affected travels means the securities affected travels established under section 15K of the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992. Acted by Insurance 2015. Omit acted by Insurance Act 2015.
সুপার বন্ধ করে দিতে ওইটা পার্ট 1 শেষ 1 মিনিট 20 মিনিট 20 মিনিট সব তো দেখা যাচ্ছে
তো ভিডিও আসছে না, তোমাকে আসতে পেরেছে কেন? Part 2, registration. Part 2, professional applicable to insurance. 3. Registration. No person shall, after command of the Act, meaning to carry on any class of insurance business in India, and no insurance carrying on any class of insurance business in India shall, after the expire of 3 months for the command of this Act, continue to carry on any such business unless he has obtained from the authority a certificate of registration for the particular class of insurance business, provide that is provide that in case of an insured who was carrying on any class of insurance business in India at the commandment of the Act, failure to obtain a certificate of registration in accordance with the requirement of this subclass shall not offer invalidate any contract or insurance entered into by him if before such date as may be fixed in this half by the control government notification in the official gazetted. He has optional that characteristic provident future. The provident future that a person or insurance as their case many be carrying on any class of insurance business in India on or before the commandment of the Insurance Regulation and Development Authority Act 1999, for which no registration certificate was necessary properly to such commandment may continue to do so for a period of 3 months from such commandment, or if he had made a application for such registration with him the said period of 3 months till the disposal of such application. Provide also that any certificate of registration obtained immediately before the commandment of the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999 shall be deemed to have been obtained from the authority in accordance with the provisional of this act. Every application for registration shall be made in such manner and shall be accompanied by such documents as may be established by the regulation. Automobile Insurance 2015. A certified copy of the memorandum and actually where the application is a company and incorporated under the Indian Companies Act 1930 or under the Indian Company Act 1882 or under the Indian Company Act 1866 or under any act republished hereby or in the case of any other insured especially in subclass or subclass of section 2 certified copy of the deed of parentship or of the date of constitution of the company as the case may be or in the case of any insured having his principal place of business or domicile outside India. The document, especially in class of Society 63, the name, address, and the occupation, if any, of the director where insured is a company incorporated under the Companies Act 2030 or under the Indian Company Act 1882 or under the Indian Company Act 1866 or under any act repealed thereby, and in the case of any insured specialized in subclass of section 2 means and address of the proportion and of the managed in India, and in any other case the full address of the principal office of the insurance in India and the name of the director and the manager at such office and the name and address of some or more person resident in India authorized to accept any notice required to be served on the insured. C. A statement of the class or class of insurance business done or to be done and a statement that the amount requires to be deposited by section 7 or section 98 before application for registration is made has been deposited together with a certificate from the Reserve Bank of India showing the amount required to be deposited, where the provisional of section 6 or section 19(7) appeal a direction verified by an affidavit made by the principal officer of the insurance authorities in the behalf that the provisional of this section as to paid up required capital or working capital have been complete with. In the case of insurer having this principal place of business or domicile outside India at statement different by an affidavit made by the principal office of the insurer setting for the requirement not applicable to national of the country in which such insurers connected, incorporate or domiciled which are imposed by the law or particles of that control upon India national as a condition of carrying on insurance business in the country. A characteristic copy of the published perfectly, if any, and this standard policy forms of the insure and statement of the accrued roads advantage terms and condition to be offered in connection with insurance policy together with a character in communication with life insurance business by any actually that source resist advantages terms and condition are workable and sound, provided that in the case of marine academy and miscellaneous insurance business other than workman company and motor car insurance, the above requirement is resulting purposed from an statements shall be complete with only in so far as the proposed from and statement may be available and the receipt showing payment of fee as may be determined by the resolution which shall not exceed 50,000 rupees of case class of business as may be established by the resolution made by the authority. Such of the source others documents as may be especially by the resolution made by the authority. If on respect of an application for resolution and after making such inquiry as he deems if the controller in step that the principal condition and the general shortage of management of the application area sound. The volume of business likely to be available to and the capital structure and earning purpose of the application will be educated. The interest of the general public will be served if the correct fact of registration is granted to the application in respect of class or class of insurance business specialized in the application and the application has complete with the provision of section 2C 5 and 31A Automobile Insurance Act 2015 and 32 and has fulfilled all the requirement of this section applicable to him. The authority may register the application as any insurance and grant him certificate for registration. The authority shall give performance to register the applicant and grant him a certificate of resolution if such application agrees in the form and manner as may be specified by the resolution made by the authority. To carry on the life insurance business or general insurance business for providing healthy cover to individuals or group of individuals. Where the authority refuse registration, he shall record the decision for such decision and shall furnish a copy therefore to the application. Any person aggrieved by the decision of the authority refusing registration may within 30 days from the date on which a copy of the decision is received by him appeal to the Securities Applicated Tribunal Act by Insurance 2015. In the case of any insurance having joined venturely with a person having its principal place of business domiciled outside India or any insurance as defined in subclass of section 2, the authority may without hold registration already made if it is established that in the country in which such person has been divided by law or parties of the country to carry on insurance business acted by Insurance 2015. The authority may suspend or cancel the registration of any insurance either whole or in so far as it relates to a particular class of insurance business as the case may be acted by Insurance 2015. If the insurance fails at any time to comply with the provisional of section 60BA as to the excess of the value of his estate over the amount of his liabilities acted by Insurance 2050. If the insurance is in liquidation or is adjudged as an insolvent acted by Insurance 2050. If the business or class of the business of the insurance has been transferred to any person or has been transferred to or amalgamation with the business of any other, the approval of the authority or acted by Insurance 2050. If the insurance make default in complying with or cash in contravention of any requirement of the Act or of any rule or any resolution or order made or any description used, they are sound or to accompanied by insurance 2015. If the authority has reason to believe that any claim upon the insurance arising in India under any policy of insurance remains under for 3 months after final judgment in regular court of law or acted by insurance 2015. If the insurance carries on any business other than insurance business or any first business or acted by insurance 2015, if the insured make a default in complying with any description used or order made, as the case may be by the authority under the Insurance Regulation and Development Authority Act 1999 or acted by Insurance 2015. If the insurance make a default in complying with or acts in contravention or any requirement of the Combined Act 2030 or the General Insurance Business Act 1972 or the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999 or the Provisional of Many Launderers Act 2002 or acted by Insurance 2015. If the insured fails to pay the annual fee request under Section 3A or acted by Insurance 2050, if the insurance is convened for any one offence under any law for the time being in force or acted by Insurance Act 2015, if the insurance being cooperative society set up under the relevant state law or, as the case may be, the Multi-State Corporation Society Act 2002 contravenes the provisional of law as may be applicable to the insurer. When the authority suspend or cancel any registration under Class A, Class, Clause D, Clause F, Clause G or Clause of subsection 4, it shall give notice in writing to the insurer of its decision, and the decision shall take effect on such date as it may specially in that behalf in the notice. Such date not being less than 1 month, not more than 2 months from the date of the receipt of the notice on the ordinary course of transmission. When the authority suspend or cancel any registration under Class B, C or K of subsection 4, the suspension or cancellation, as the case may be, shall take effect on the date on which notice of the order, subsection or application is service on the insurance. When a registration is cancelled, the insurer shall not, after the cancellation has taken effect, central into any new connecteds of insurance, but all registration and resist liabilities in respect of contact of insurer entered into by him before such cancellation take effect shall, subject to provisional of subsection 5d, continue as if the collection and not taken place. Where a registration is suspended or cancelled under clause D clause, C clause, F clause, G or clause I of subsection 4, the authority may at its discretionary review the registration if the insured with 6 months from the date on which the suspension or cancellation took effect complies with the provisions of section 64 VA as to the case of the value of his acts over the amounts of his liabilities or has had an application under subsection 4 of section 3A accept or steps the authority that no claim upon him such as is effect to in clause of subsection 4 remains unpaid or that he has complied with any requirement of this act or the Insurance Resolution and Development Authority Act 1999 or any rule of any legislation or any order made thereunder or any decision used under the acts or the has had cash to carry on any business other than insurance business or company proposed business as the case may be and compels with any decision which may be given to him by the authority acted by Insurance Act 2015. While the registration of any insurance company is cancelled under subsection 4, the authority may, after a spare of 6 months from the date on which the cancellation took after, appeal to the court for any orders to wind up the insurance company or to wind up the affairs of this company in respect of class insurance business, unless the registration of the insurance company has been revived under subsection or any application for winding up the company has been already presented to the court. The court may pass as if a application under this subsection where an application under subsection 2 of section 53 or subsection 1 of section 58 as the case may be. The authority may be order, suspend or cancel any registration in such manner as may be determined by the legislation made by it, provided that no order under this subsection shall be made unless the person on it has been given a especially operationally of being heard. The authority may, on payment of the proposed for not extending 5 requests, ensure displayed rectified or registration to replay a correctified lost, restored, or multiplied, or in any others case where is a of option that the use of displeasure correctified is necessary. An insurance who has been granted rectified or registration under section 3 shall pay such annually fee to the authority in such manner as may be suspended by the registration. Any failure to deposit the annual fee shall render the rectified the of registration liable to be cancelled by evidence of payment of the fee as determined by the legislation made by the authority, which may vary according to their total gross payment. Writing directed in India during the year preceding the year in which the application is required to be made under this section by the insurance in the class of insurance business to which the registration related but shall not extend on future of 1% of such premium income or ropes 5 course, whichever is less, be less in any case then 500 refuse for case class of insurance business, provided that in the case of an insurance carrying on society or insurance business, the professional of this subsection shall with the modification that instead of the total gross premiums written direct in India, the total premiums in respect of future insurance except by him in India shall be taken into accounts.